So hi guys, in this lecture we'll discuss about the postfix and prefix operator. So you can see over the screen on your respective screens that plus plus operator is known as increment operator and minus minus is the decrement operator. They have higher priorities than plus and minus operators. In postfix, first the calculation is done and then the value is being incremented. You can see that in the example of postfix x plus plus. So in that case, first whatever the calculation is being done or has to be done, it will be done first and then this value of this x will be incremented. In case of y minus minus, first the calculation is done in the expression and then the value of y will be decremented. In case of the prefix operator, the value is being incremented or decremented first, then the calculation is being done. So you can see the example of prefix plus plus x, that means first the value of the x is incremented, then it will take part in the calculation. Or if it is minus minus y, that means the y is decremented first and then this y will take part in the calculation. This is very important. Both x plus plus and plus plus x stands for x plus 1 and y minus minus, that means y minus 1. We will see that in the coding example in the practical. Just go into a respective IDE, IntelliJ, and look. So make one more file for this example, call it postfix and prefix. Okay. Now you can see over here, now suppose the value of x, which is of type int, is equal to 5 and there is a var y that is again of type int, its value is suppose 6, and now there is one more variable, that is var result, that will hold the result of the calculation. It's again of type int. Okay, now just write over here result is equal to x plus plus. So I have said that x plus plus stands for x is equal to x plus 1. X minus minus stands for x is equal to x minus 1. So guys, now print this statement, print result. So what it should print? First print result and print x also. X okay. Now guys, we can see that result is equal to x plus plus. So as per the fundamentals, the theory which we have discussed while discussing the presentation, what we said that the calculation is done, then the value of that particular variable will be incremented. In this case, it is x plus plus, no more expression over there. arithmetic operations or nothing has to be done. It's only x plus plus. That means first the value of x will be assigned to result and then the value of x will be incremented. So this result will contain only x. What is x? It is 5. So this result should print 5 and the value of x is now 6 because it has been incremented on the very next step. So just see the result. It should be 5 then 6. It is again printing the last. Just compile the current program. I used to forget this. See 5. The result is 5, which we have discussed. First the value of x is assigned to result and then on the very next line this we are printing the x because it is x plus plus, that is equivalent to x is equal to x plus 1. That means 1 is being added to this variable x to the value of x. That means now it becomes 6. So that's why it prints over here on the console. You can see at the bottom the value of x is 6. Now suppose if you write one more plus and y, okay, and now if you want to print result and x, what it will print? Let's see. It seems something, it looks peculiar. It has printed 11. Why? So I told you that the precedence, the priority of the postfix or prefix operator is more than the unary operator or from that plus or minus operator. So this is, you can split this statement into two parts. First, okay, in this way, okay. So what I told you, we have discussed that first the value of x is taken, okay. So x is 5. So 5 plus y, 5 plus y, 5 plus 6 is 11. That's why 11 is printed over here. But on the very next step, this value will be incremented because first the calculation is being done, then the value of x will be incremented. So now the value of x is incremented by 1. So that is 6. That's why it prints 6. Same, take an example. Instead of plus y, write minus. See the result. It is minus 1 because x is 5. Forget about this plus plus operator because the increment will take part after the calculation. So x is 5 minus y minus 6, that is equivalent to minus 1. But the value of x is now incremented by 1, that is 6. Okay. So now instead of this minus, just write down x plus plus. Instead of that, write prefix operator plus plus. This is a prefix operator pre-increment. So what we have discussed, in case of this plus plus x, the increment is being done on the variable, then the calculation will take part. So now the value of x will be, x is 5, so it will become 6 minus y. 6 minus 6, that is equivalent to 0. And what would be the value of x? The value of x will be 6 because it has already been incremented. So 0 and 6. See the answer, it is 0 and the value of x is 6. Why? Because the value of x is first incremented, now it becomes 6 minus 6, that is 0. So value of x is 6 and this 0 will be assigned to this result. Now suppose, make it bigger. Instead of 5, make it 15. Now plus plus x, it will become 16 minus, give one more minus sign, okay, and then one more sign, sorry, one more minus sign, okay. Okay, so what it will do first, it will increment the value of x, so x will become 16, and then it will increment the value of y, it will decrement the value of y, that means y will become 5. Now print 5 y also over here. Write it down on the very next statement to look it more clear. Okay, so now run it. So y is now decremented first, so y will become 5. You can see the value of y is 5 and the value of x is 16 because it has been incremented first, and this one y has been decremented first, then the minus, then the subtraction will take place. So the result will be 16 minus 5, that is 11. You can see the result over here, 11. So this is all about the increment, postfix and prefix operator, guys. Just practice this as much as possible, try different permutation and combination which I used to say, and as of now this is done. Thanks.